Hey there, fellow show skiers and doubles couples. This video is mainly intended for the doubles group, the strap doubles group on Facebook, but I will put it on YouTube as well and put a link in the description if you want to share it with fellow skiers outside of that particular group, because we can't share stuff out of that group. So this has come up. There have been a bunch of questions over this winter, and this is the 24 to 25 winter, and we're now in 2025. It's early April that I'm making this, about doubles equipment. Like, hey, Eric, when can we get this? And we're just a couple days before the annual White Bear Lake Strap Doubles Clinic that we always have a ton of you come to every year. And Ryan Hoops, that always puts this together with me too, said he's getting questions like, where can we actually get straps or rope parts and stuff like that these days? Mainly because nobody knows what's going on with Lake Elmo. And so, disclaimer here. I am not promoting any one company or person. I will universally work with any company that wants to listen and give them information to the best of my ability. And I tell them that straight out as well. So, no matter who the company is, I tell them, hey, you want to listen to me and you want to take my advice on what I think is best and what you should make and provide to fellow show skiers, then great, I'm happy to work with you. But so I'm telling your competitors the exact same thing. Mainly because I'm an amateur show skier. I am here to make sure that we as skiers get the best equipment that we can for the best price that we can. And so I'm not here to, again, promote any one person, and I just, give away my knowledge for free. So let's jump in and let's talk a little bit about equipment and stuff. The first thing, ropes, is probably the shorter one. So for years, many of you have come to me and I have made you ropes and stuff, but recently I haven't been able to because of a lack of parts. And they've been getting challenging. So some people have taken to calling this the diamond style formation. And yes, I know the handle's crooked there. If Mike Bongers is watching this or anybody else, this is an old one and the knots have slipped. But people are calling this the diamond formation. I've made it for years. I can take zero credit for this. I was taught this long ago. So I have given this design away. And for a while, Lake Elmo was making these. Now, obviously, it doesn't seem like there's a lot going on there. But I have also given this to Shauna Passanen. It has gone to Masterline. They are making these, and you can purchase those. I think if you go to the Naughty Girl website, to the Pro Shop, you can purchase these diamond-style doubles handles with a 5-foot, and then you put your own main line on it, or you can pay them to put a main line on it. I have also given this design recently to the newer S-Lines company. They're kind of a new player in on this stuff. We're mainly 3 event, but they're taking a vested interest in, it seems, in show skiing. So I gave them this design as well, this exact same thing. One of the biggest challenges, if you want to make these on your own, has been these 6-inch handles. And there have not been great alternatives. Some people switched back to wood. That was from years ago. Oh, I still have splinters, I think, in my hands from those from way back in the day. And some people have shifted to the I think they're polycarbonate or something like that, the plastic with a gnarled grip on them. Personally, I hate those things. You get some sand on them, you get them wet, they're slippery, they have a terrible grip. I wouldn't even bother with them. Just my 2 cents. But there is some good news on the horizon. We haven't been able to get these for a few years now, and some things have just recently changed. When I mean recent, I mean in the last 6 to 8 weeks. Masterline has come forward and said that they are looking into perhaps selling these again. So in the past, we mainly got these either from Wires or from Lake Elmo, but in reality, they were all coming from Masterline. Masterline has stepped up and said they're looking into a few things, but we should probably see these up here on their website for sale. So much so that when I talked to them at Think Tank, they said if you want some, call them. S-Lines, as I showed this to them as well, has said, we think we can provide 6-inch handles with, the little 1-inch end caps, which are ideal. So your ropes don't abrade and stuff like that. And they stepped up and said, yeah, we think we can supply these too. So those are 2 possibilities you should look into if you need to get a supply of these, not just for doubles ropes, but trios, pre-built bases if you're doing strap pre-builts and that kind of stuff. So that's a really good thing to see because we haven't been able to get these for 3 to almost 4 seasons now. And it's been a challenge, and that's why I haven't been able to make these for a lot of you. That's if you want to do these on your own and make them. Again, Masterline and Naughty Girl, I believe, are making these and you can buy them. And S-Lines, I think, is going to make them as well. So that's great to hear that. If you're doing it, rope, make sure you get good quality. Showski Tack is really great. Use that, or use a good quality, low stretch Poly E rope, not Poly P, Poly E. Make sure you get some high density stuff and that it's very low stretch for this. So for ropes, that's a great thing to hear, and you should check those folks out and get those. For my part, many of you have been asking, not just for double stuff, but there have been people asking me for years now to put videos out like we've done for strap doubles, conventionals, trios, and so on online on how to make this stuff. I actually do have an old video out of this, although it's not great quality. It was done late on a winter night here in Wisconsin. But I have started work on that, and I will hopefully in the next few weeks you'll start seeing some things trickle out on YouTube, probably on the Badgerland YouTube channel, just like all the other stuff of basics of rope making, but I will cover how to do this as well. So you can make them on your own, or you can get them pre-made. That's ropes. The bigger question, harnesses. I don't have as definite of answers for you on harnesses as I do on rope stuff. Those kind of discussions are still ongoing. So Elmo, for years, had sold a canvas, I want to say a nylon webbing canvas strap. And it was nice and wide, so it gave great back support, but as many of you have used them, they didn't cinch tight, or they did, and then right about the time you came off the dock, they'd start loosening up, and then they'd start sliding down around your thighs, and it was a major pain in the butt for the guys. Those weren't the greatest harnesses in the world, and a couple other companies sold those as well. Personally, not a big fan. So I gave this design to Elmo a few years back, and they had just started producing them, and then now nothing. So this design, no shoulder straps. This is a waist belt design. Sorry, it's hard for me to get on this camera here in this view. And it's made out of a Valio back support belt, like weightlifting belt or back support belt that, they use for in warehouses and stuff. And then stitching is done. I had these made for over 20 years, probably 25 years now. And a lot of you came and got them from me, and they were just quietly made here in Shawano by a boat canvas maker. And there was no profit in this. It was literally like whatever the parts cost us and whatever that place charged me to stitch them all together, that's what you got them for. It's basically a Valio back support belt, some seatbelt nylon webbing that you make seatbelts out of, and then this release clip on here. And unfortunately, the price of these is skyrocketing, not just over the last 5 years, but literally this last week, they went up $10 more each. It's getting ridiculous. Here's a standalone one. They do have to be a certain size so that our quick links, our links fit in there correctly and everything. These have all come for years from a place called Paragear, which is a parachute supply house for skydiving and stuff. But I don't know where these made. I don't know if the tariffs hit them, but the prices just went up another $10 each. They're now over $70 a pop for this little thing. I can't get over it. If somebody knows of a different place that can supply this exact same quality, an exact same thing, great. I have some belts that are 10 to 12 years old that have these clips, and they look like they're brand new. As long as you put a little WD-40 or like silicone lubricant into the ball bearings that are in there, these things seem to last forever, which is great, but literally they cost more than what the entire harness used to cost us complete. I have again given this design to other people. So Masterline has this design, and KW Showski and S-Line sound like they're partnering up on some storefront stuff and whatever. They also have this design, and they are both a work in progress, and they are well aware that I have given it to anybody that wants it, because I just want to spread this knowledge around so we get good stuff. So Masterline had a prototype at Think Tank. And I looked it over and I talked with their folks, and then they had their design folks call me and I made a few corrections with them. One of the things that I found over the years is don't use a Velcro closure. Gentlemen, I do understand the thing that these kind of stick out a little bit from your waist, but I've had horrible luck with the Velcro closure belts. And not just me, but I've witnessed other people have issues too. When they're brand new, they're great and they're really form-fitting, but then after a year or two in the sun and getting sand in them and water and all that, the Velcro just wears out way too quick. Really like the buckle closure ones. That's what I've recommended to them, that they should change to get the buckle closure. I've given them all the sourcing information for all these parts used to come from to make these things, and it sounds like we're getting some forward progress. What's the cost going to be on them? I have no idea, folks. The last batch I did 2 years ago, we were able to do for like right around $100. Now that means no profit. Remember, that was me doing them. That was what my cost was just to get the parts in and get everything done. There's certainly going to be more than that, especially with these stupid clips being like $74 a piece. They're going to cost more, but hopefully we get some good quality, and there's at least places you can source these from. I have nowhere to get these made anymore. So that's what I know right now at this moment in time. If you are interested in this stuff, I would reach out to Masterline, to KW Showski, to S-Lines and say, hey, we're looking for some of these. When are you going to have them done? That's what I know, everybody, about doubles equipment. There haven't been questions about skis, so I'm assuming we're okay with skis and all that kind of stuff. And whether you go, Wade Works is great, but they're super expensive. But if you can afford them, they're just the ultimate. They're really great. Some people like wood. I ski most of my stuff on wood. Love Don Buffa down at Classic. You can get a team deal on those. You can buy them yourself. Just saw a post, CSB Custom Showboards is going to start producing again. They make a great product. I've skied on their stuff. And then, he's going to kill me. Oh, man, the name of the company, Wausau, Wisconsin. Oh, man, I feel really bad. I can't remember the name off the top of my head while I'm recording this. They're making skis, too, and I think he's doing bomber, pyramid skis and stuff now. I got one of his flip turns last year, and it was really cool. It's really well made. It's actually a fantastic ski. Just haven't skied the bombers yet. So those are all ideas. I'm hearing Flyman Skis might be making some different material type pyramid skis as well that might be good. All great places to check out. If I miss somebody, I apologize on that. Again, not promoting anybody. Just want to get the word out there. Fire some questions back if you have them. In the chat group and everything, and I'll happy to answer them as best I could, or maybe some other folks have other ideas to throw in here, and I'll also put the YouTube link in there so you can do that, and I will also put a spot you can go to download. It'll be a link to take you to a download site where it talks about rope parts and carabiners and stuff like that, like where you can find those exact, if you needed those release clips and the quick links and some of that kind of stuff. So I hope this all helps you out, get your equipment needs together for this season and beyond.